Bryan Mills is back once again to save his family from the baddies that would try to take them. Hello to everyone and welcome back once again to ReelScreenReviews.com. I am movie critic Iacobucci, and today we will be reviewing the new trailer for the upcoming Liam Neeson action extravaganza known as Taken 2. This film will open this October and features the aforementioned Liam Neeson, Maggie Grace, and Leland Orser. Now I must start by saying that when I heard that they were making a sequel to Taken, I couldn't have been more excited. When the first film came out, one of my friends really wanted to go see it, and I particularly did not want to go see it. I did think that it had a cool poster and a cool slogan, but I must admit that it looked like your standard basic action film. When I went and saw it at the theater, I was given one of the biggest surprises and treats of the year, if not the decade, and I honestly couldn't remember a more exhilarating 90 minutes in a very long time. This premise could have been a made-for-cable TV movie starring Casper Van Dien, but it was propelled to the status of exceptional filmmaking, and that is because of the talent of the star Liam Neeson. His character of Bryan Mills is nothing short of a tenacious, mad dog, and his basic and bare-bones pursuit of his daughter was engrossing from start to finish. I just remember sitting in the theater, elbows to knees, literally on the edge of my seat, and only after it was finished do I even remember breathing. His relentless and unforgiving hunt to save his child was shared by all in attendance, and his first foray into the realm of action films could not have been more top-notch. The reason the movie was such a success is because the core of the film is established in a proven dramatic actor, and put simply, you believe him every step of the way. Never once does the action outweigh the emotion, and quite to the contrary, the emotion is the driving force of the entire feature. Now, that being said, I just watched the trailer for the new Bryan Mills adventure, and I must admit that it does look good. It seems to have all of the elements of the first movie. You have Mr. Neeson returning as well as his daughter Kim and wife Lenore. Now, it doesn't say, but maybe his wife has dumped Xander Berkeley since the events of the first film, and needless to say, it looks like they're trying to enjoy a vacation in Europe. Once again, Europe is the story's locale, but this time the adventure takes us to Istanbul. So the trailer is showing us some flashbacks from the first film and seems to be mixing those events with a menacing villain dead set on revenge against the man that took out, I think, half of the country. It seems that radical relatives are stepping into the shoes of abductor this time around and attempting to kidnap the wife and child of our protagonist. This seems to set into motion the events that will lead our hero to once again try and bring his family back to safety. Well, people, the one thing that bothered me when I was watching this trailer is probably the one thing that has bothered most everyone when they watch the trailer, and that's to say that this movie looks extremely similar to the first film. It shows Bryan Mills on the phone dictating that his wife is about to be taken and that his daughter is also a target. The setting of the film also couldn't be more familiar ground, as well as the look and feel of the entire project. Now, this is the same issue that I had with The Hangover Part 2 when I reviewed that film. I honestly couldn't believe that they made the exact same movie, and I mean down to specific plot lines, and I thought that the second part of The Hangover was just as bad as the first one was good. Now, I pray to the heavens above that Taken 2 really doesn't fall into that trap. The basic story of the first Bryan Mills adventure is what made that movie excel, but you can only go to the well so many times before it runs dry. And this is not a continuation story like, say, The Lord of the Rings. This appears to be a straight sequel and is running the risk of lack of originality. The trailer for Taken 2 does, however, seem to get us all fired up over being able to see Liam Neeson break bones, kill baddies, and as he puts it, do what he does best. Liam Neeson has been a very credible actor for a very long time, and at this point I will put my faith into him to deliver us another quality feature. However, the original was his biggest commercial success of his career, and maybe he just wants to revisit that successful ground once again. I guess we'll just have to wait until October to find out, but I can almost guarantee that I will be there on opening night to see the new Bryan Mills adventure, and fingers crossed that it's not a carbon copy of the very first chapter. And remember, people, I'm not always right, but only when it comes to the movies, and thank you very much for your attention.